Dear students, I had taught you how to find the principal solutions of trigonometric equation in the earlier session. In this session also, I am teaching you about some problems whose solutions, principal solutions, I am going to calculate. Some trigonometric equations would be given to you. You have to solve them. You have to find the principal solutions of those equations. Now, first let me take, in the earlier session of course I had considered only sine function and cos functions. Now let me consider a function which involves a tan function. Take tan x is equal to root of 3. Now what is the procedure we adopt? I have told you already. First look at the real number, root 3. For root 3, what's the corresponding value of the tan function? It is 60 degree. 60 degree means pi by 3. Okay. Just in some rough sheet you write so that you can remember that one. So tan x equal to root 3 means x would be equal to pi by 3. Now it is a positive number I have given you. Positive number means, as you know that in the first quadrant all the ratios are positive. So if in the given equation, if the right hand side number is a positive number, one value would be always lying in the first quadrant, isn't it? The second value, you have to look at the function and decide which quadrant should we consider. Now tan x is positive, which quadrants? First as well as the third quadrant. First quadrant means directly you can write the value as pi by 3 or 60 degree. Third quadrant means, how do you write? How I have told you to write, you have to always express it as pi plus something. Okay, pi plus something. Now in the third quadrant, if you write pi plus something, the same tan function continues and then you will be getting the same value. So first we write it. We know that tan x is positive in the first and the third quadrants. In the first and the third quadrants. Therefore x is equal to, now write the corresponding value. What is the first value? The acute angle that lies in the first quadrant. You know that when tan x equal to root 3, it would be 60 degree. That is, x would be equal to pi by 3. That means that the angle I have taken in the first quadrant, an acute angle. Now in the third quadrant, so this first quadrant is over. Third quadrant means, how you should write? Always write pi plus something. Whatever may be the function that is given. Whenever you think about we have to consider the third quadrant, write it as pi plus that value. So it would be pi plus pi by 3. Don't ever write 3 pi by 2 minus something like that. Don't use pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2, because when you write like that, no function would be changed out to co-function. So you will not be getting the correct principal solutions. So first quadrant means pi by 3. Third quadrant means pi plus pi by 3. Therefore, if you simplify this one, by taking the LCM, it is 3 is the LCM, 3 pi plus pi. So that would become 4 pi. Therefore, how do you write? The principal solutions. The principal solutions are first one is x is equal to pi by 3 and x is equal to, after simplification, it is 4 pi by 3. So usually it can be given for a 2-mark question, that's all. So first considering the which quadrant the function would be positive or negative, writing that one, and writing the value and simplifying, you get the remaining mark. So because it is positive, I would consider tan x is equal to plus of root of 3. We consider the quadrants first as well as the third quadrant, because in those two quadrants the tan function is positive. So suppose I had given you tan x equal to, minus of root of 3. Then you should have taken into consideration the second and the fourth quadrant. So when one value is given with positive sign, you can take it with negative sign as an exercise at home, and you can try to find the value of the principal solutions of that equation. So these problems now you can frame problems of your own and you can try to solve the problem. The next problem is about the cot function. Cot x equal to minus 1. Cot x equal to minus 1. Now you know that cot theta and tan theta are reciprocal ratios. So cot x equal to minus 1 implies tan x is equal to 1 by minus 1, but that is also minus 1 because cot x and tan x are reciprocal ratios. Look at this one. For 1, forget about the sign. For 1, the corresponding standard angle is pi by 4, isn't it? We know that tan 45, pi by 4 means 45 degrees. Tan 45 is equal to 1. Therefore, when the number, real number, we are having 1, it is a standard angle. But look at this one, we have got a minus sign here, minus 1. So, tan x equal to plus 1, you could have written as in the previous problem. Tan x equal to minus 1 I have given. So, let us analyze which quadrant tan would be negative. In the second quadrant, tan is negative, and in the fourth quadrant, tan is negative. So, the value of x will lie either in the second quadrant or in the fourth quadrant. But since we are asked to find the principal solutions which lie between 0 and 2 pi, both the values have to be taken into consideration. So, let me take the values. First, we write the reason here. Since tan x is negative in the second and fourth quadrants. Second and fourth quadrants, x would be equal to, I have given the reason why we are considering these values. In the second quadrant, how you should write what I have told in the earlier, for the earlier problems and the earlier session, you have to use pi here. Second quadrant means it is pi minus. Third quadrant means pi plus. Second means pi minus. Now, what is the corresponding standard value? It is pi by 4. So, second quadrant means it is pi minus pi by 4. So, second quadrant part is over. Come to the fourth quadrant. For fourth quadrant, how you should represent? Always write it as 2 pi minus something, that is x is equal to 2 pi minus the corresponding value, that is pi by 4. So, second quadrant means pi minus pi by 4 and the fourth quadrant means 2 pi minus pi by 4. So, that depends upon the function, that depends upon the value. So, positive also 2 values, negative also 2 values. Where it would be positive, where it would be negative, it depends upon the function that has been given in the particular problem. So, on further simplification, you write it is 4 is the LCM, 4 ones are 4 minus pi, 4 pi minus pi, and here it is again 4 is the LCM, 4 twos are 8 pi minus 1 pi. Therefore, you write, therefore, the principal solutions. Therefore, the principal solutions of this equation are x is equal to 4 minus 1, that is 3 pi by 4, and the other one 8 minus 1, that is 7 pi by 4. So, you have to write like this. See, be careful about the sign that has been given and the corresponding value and the ratio that would be considered. So, one solution for this equation is x equal to 3 pi by 4, the other one is x equal to 7 pi by 4. So, in this equation, cot x equal to, you write any one of the value, it is pi minus pi by 4. Second quadrant, it becomes minus cot x, that would be equal to minus 1. Suppose you write 7 pi by 4 as 2 pi minus pi by 4, it is minus cot of pi by 4, again it is equal to minus 1. So, both these values of x will certainly satisfy the equation. That means, when you substitute the value of x in that equation, the right hand side value would be always equal to minus 1. Now, take another equation. Sin x is equal to minus 1. I hope remember in the previous session I had considered sin x equal to plus 1. See, we are considering the solutions between 0 and 2 pi. That is only in the first 4 quadrants. If you go on taking there will be infinite number of solutions. So, we confine the solutions to the first 4 quadrants, 0 to 2 pi. Now, sin x equal to minus 1 has got only one solution, because you know that sin of 270 degrees or sin of, if you write in the radian measure, sin pi by 2 equal to minus 1. Same argument we had for sin x equal to plus 1. Only x equal to pi by 2 will satisfy. So, that equation had only one principal solution, and this equation will also have only one principal solution. And one more thing I had considered in the previous one, cos x equal to minus 1. There also there is only one solution, that is cos x equal to minus 1 means x would be equal to pi. So, only rarely this some 2-3 equations will have only one principal solution in the interval 0 to pi. Otherwise all the remaining equations will have two solutions, whether the given number is positive or negative. So, you write that one. We know that sin of 3 pi by 2 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, x is equal to 3 pi by 2 is the only one principal solution. Only one principal solution. It is a quadrantal angle, isn't it? 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, 360 degree, these are all called as quadrantal angles. So, we will have only one solution for such equation. So, give the reason, sin of 3 pi by 2 equal to minus 1, therefore, there exists only one solution for this one. You have to give the reason for that one. Now, let me consider another problem here. Secant x equal to, I am taking another function, another raise, secant x equal to minus 2. Secant x equal to minus 2. See, you know that secant and cos are reciprocal ratios, isn't it? Secant x and cos x are reciprocal functions or reciprocal ratios. Now, secant x, you can keep it as it is and find the solution, no problem at all. Now, we write it as cos x equal to minus 1 by 2. I told you the reason for this one, because for sine, cos and tan, we are more familiar with the standard values of the standard angles. So, it may be better for you, you write in terms of the reciprocal function, reciprocal ratio. So, cos x equal to minus half. Look at this one. For 1 by 2 or half, what is the corresponding value? See, the function is important here. Suppose I had given here sine, it would become pi by 6. If I had given you cos x, it would become pi by 3. Suppose some other value, no? Suppose I had given you tan x equal to minus 1, no? It would be, you can consider the other value. Therefore, cos x equal to minus 1 by 2, first write the corresponding value for this one. Again, don't write this one. For 1 by 2, this is a corresponding value, half. Cos x, sin x equal to 1 by 2, you should have written pi by 6. Cos x equal to 1 by 2, see the number is same, but the function is different. Accordingly, the angle is also different here. So, this is the corresponding value for 1 by 2, corresponding standard angle for 1 by 2. Now, come to the sign part of this one. We have got a minus sign here. In which quadrant cos is negative? In the second as well as in the third quadrant, because first and fourth quadrant cos x is positive. Therefore, when I have given you a negative value, the angle will lie certainly either in the second quadrant or in the third quadrant. Since we want both the solutions, we will be calculating them. So, write that one. We know that cos x is positive. Cos x is positive in the it is negative, no, sorry, cos x is negative in the second and the third quadrant. Cos x is negative in the second and the third quadrants. So, second quadrant, how you should write? Pi minus something. Third quadrant, how you should write? Pi plus something. Therefore, x will have the value. Second quadrant means it is pi minus, look at this one, it is a corresponding value. Don't write minus here, only pi minus pi by 3. So, if you take the second quadrant, it should be written as pi minus pi by 3. Or if you take the third quadrant, how do you write? It is pi plus pi by 3. So, this pi by 3 remains the same here. Okay, understand, pi by 3, the corresponding value for 1 by 2 remains the same. Whether it is minus or plus, 2 pi minus something or 2 pi, that depends upon the function and the quadrant. Okay, you have to remember the function where it is positive, negative, accordingly you have to write that one. So, if it lies in the second quadrant, it should be written as pi minus pi by 3. If it lies in the third quadrant, you should write it as pi plus pi by 3. Now, because in this position, suppose I replace x by pi minus pi by 3, cos pi minus theta, what is that equal to? Minus cos theta. For cos theta means cos pi by 6, you get minus of. Suppose you take this one, cos pi plus pi by 3. In the third quadrant, cos is negative, it becomes minus cos pi by 3, that is minus half. So, if you substitute both these values here or here, you will be getting the same value. So, take the LCM, LCM is 3. So, 3 pi minus pi. Similarly, LCM is 3 again, it is 3 pi plus pi. So, what can be the principal solutions here? First one is x is equal to 2 pi by 3 and the other one is x is equal to 4 pi by 3. So, only the equations, it is sin x equal to plus 1 or sin x equal to minus 1 and cos x equal to minus 1, okay, or cos x equal to 0. If you take, there would be only cos x equal to plus 1, cos x equal to plus 1, you will be having only one solution. Other equations will have two solutions depending upon the value that has been given, would be either negative or positive. Now, just now I gave you some equations where it will have only one solution. All these things you remember. Suppose I have given you sin x equal to 0. What can be the value? It would be equal to, see, you know that we are taking the values between these two. 0 less than or equal to x less than 2 pi. When you take sin x equal to 0, either x would be 0, one value, or it would be 180 degree or right at pi. Even this will have two solutions. Suppose I take sin x equal to 1, then x is equal to pi by 2 is the only solution. Suppose I take sin x equal to minus 1, x would be equal to only one solution, that is 3 pi by 2, isn't it? Then cos x equal to minus 1, then x would be equal to pi. Only one solution we will be having. Or cos x equal to 0, if you have, there would be two solutions. One is pi by 2, because we know that cos 90 is 0 and cos 270 is also equal to 0. So, when sin x is 0 or cos x is 0, there will be two values in this interval, 0 and pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. For the remaining sin x equal to plus 1 or sin x equal to minus 1 and cos x equal to minus 1, there exists only one solution, one principal solution for these equations. So you have to remember all the values, you have to be familiar with all the standard values for the trigonometric functions, for which value what can be the standard angle. Now take another example, cot x equal to root 3. Cot x is equal to root of 3. When cot x is equal to root of 3, you can keep it as it is or write the reciprocal function. What is tan x equal to? It is 1 by root of 3. Tan x equal to 1 by root of 3. Correct? Now this is a positive number I have given. Which quadrant will tan be positive? In the first as well as in the fourth. Positive means whatever may be the function that is given, positive means always the first quadrant is taken into consideration. That means it would be an acute angle. For the second angle, for the second value, second principal solution, if it is sin x, you take the second quadrant. If it is tan x, you take the third quadrant. If it is cos x, you take the fourth quadrant. If it is positive means one value would be always from the first quadrant, an acute angle. Now you write this one, since tan x is positive in the first and the third quadrants, in the first and the third quadrants. Now we have x is equal to first quadrant. For 1 by root 3, what is the corresponding value? It is 30 degrees, or write in radian measure, it is pi by 6. So first quadrant part is over. Third quadrant, I told you how to write. Write it as pi plus pi by 6. Third quadrant means it has to be pi plus something. Second quadrant means pi minus something. Fourth quadrant means 2 pi minus something. Don't use any other, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, don't use. So when you simplify this one, it becomes 7 pi by 6. Therefore, the principal solutions of this particular equations are, first one is x is equal to pi by 6 and x is equal to 7 pi by 6. So these are the solutions you have to obtain here. So give the reason for considering these values and you can find the value of that one. Now one more problem. Tan x is equal to minus 1 by root 3. See, just now I took tan x equal to plus 1 by root 3. Numerically it is same, isn't it? So for 1 by root 3, the corresponding value is pi by 6. Bear that in mind. Now look at the sign here. It is a negative. In which quadrant tan would be negative? It is negative in the second as well as in the fourth quadrant, isn't it? Second quadrant means write it as pi minus something. Fourth quadrant means you have to write 2 pi minus something. Therefore, you consider the solution, second quadrant or the fourth quadrant. You have to give the reason. We know that tan x is negative in the second and the fourth quadrants, and the second quadrant means the corresponding value is pi by 6. Therefore, x is equal to, second means it is pi minus pi by 6. First thing remember, fourth quadrant means 2 pi minus pi by 6. So always it is minus only for the tan function. Pi minus pi by 6 means take the LCM, it is 6 pi minus pi. Here also you take the LCM, a 6 2s are 12 pi minus 1 pi. So on further simplification you get the solutions, the principal solutions of this equation as it is 5 pi by 6 and x is equal to 6 2s are 12 minus 1, 11 pi by 6. So remember this procedure, okay. So whenever you come across trigonometric functions, look at the function, look at the numerical value that has been given. First think about remember the corresponding standard angle. Look at the sign here. If it is positive, you take the appropriate quadrant, you take the sine function. First and the second quadrant for positive, third and the fourth for negative. Take the cos function. First and the fourth for positive, second and third for the negative. Take the tan function. First and the third for the positive value, second and the fourth for the negative values. So this is how you have to select the quadrants and then consider the corresponding angle, corresponding standard angle, then write that one. Second quadrant means express the angle as pi minus something. Third quadrant means pi plus something. Fourth quadrant means 2 pi minus something. Of course, the first quadrant means directly you can write because it is an acute angle which you are already familiar with the standard values here. Directly they can be written. Only for the angles lying in second, third, fourth quadrants, you have to be careful to express it as second means pi minus something only. Third means pi plus something. Fourth means 2 pi minus some. This is how you have to express the angle using only pi as well as 2 pi. So these problems you can expect for usually for a 2-mark question it is given. So first look at the ratio, look at the value and look at the sign. Then decide which would be positive or negative for a particular trigonometric function that has been given to you. So in the I am concluding this particular type of problems here. In the next session, I am teaching you about some properties of the triangles. Some rules are there, what we call as sine rule, cosine rule, law of the tangent, like that. Those rules I will be giving you, and using them we work out only a few problems. So we will meet in the next session. Thank you.